Good evening. Welcome. Welcome to New Beginnings, New Moon Sound Healing Journey. My name is Carlos Perez, and I'm excited to be with all of you this evening. I am exceptionally grateful for all the love and support that I know I've been receiving since Operation Rona came in hot. And I've actually been finding a lot of joy in offering these events virtually. Imagining each and every one of you laying down on a mat with your yoga mats, your bolsters, blankets, pillows, and all the things you need to be comfortable. And so the same thing really applies now. So if this is your first time experiencing a singing bowl meditation, I'm really glad you're here, and I look forward to hearing about your experience. For the most part, whether you're new or whether you've been to many of these events, the goal is pretty much to be present. Yeah, there's not much you have to do. There's no special skill involved. If you can breathe, if you can hear and listen, then you're in great shape. And it's been said that if you have some headphones with you, it'll really help maximize the acoustic experience for you. And you want to try to find a space and position that's most comfortable for you, wherever that may be. And don't feel that this is the type of sound meditation where you have to be perfectly still, in a very upright position, holding a pose for the entire time, unless that is your intention. What I love about meditation is that, or at least the approach I take towards meditation, because there's different styles, different approaches, and beliefs and ideas around it. And for the most part, as with many things that I do, I always say, I take no hostages, nor will I be one. And this is an opportunity for everyone to just develop their own practice, develop their own way of getting to that place where you can feel more at ease and more at peace. I started taking an online music course, music creation, music production course last week. And the first class was hysterical because the teacher talked about meditation, the importance of being present and mindful. And I was so taken back by it because I didn't expect that to be the day one. But I loved when she said that, she gave us homework, which was to meditate every day for at least 5 minutes and gradually build up. And she said meditation isn't about quieting your thoughts. It's an outcome that can ultimately happen, but it's really about just being able to witness and be with whatever is happening in the moment. And I like the expression she used of when you're looking at clouds in the sky and just watching them pass by. That's a great way of approaching a meditation practice where you don't have to feel rigid or intense about it. That kind of defeats the purpose, So there's reasons why I keep my partners on the sides, whether it's Buzz Lightyear or Mr. Potato Head. And yes, I'm probably a big kid at heart, but it's to bring in and invite that energy and that spirit of be playful, be silly with this, be goofy. And the less serious you take something like this, the easier it can be for you because you're not trying so hard. The less you do, the more you do, So I wanted to take a moment to read. We're going to do some different things this evening. I'm definitely going to be incorporating the drum a lot more than I have been for these virtual meditations. And that's purely because it's been talking to me for 2 or 3 days. And so we're going to have a lot of drumming this evening, which is a very powerful tool. And we're going to use some different intentions to help support different experiences. But I'm going to do a reading this evening. And this is from the Radiance Sutras, which is a wonderful book by Dr. Lauren Roche. I'll be sure to put the details in the comments section afterwards. And as with most readings that I offer, I don't look through the book. I fan it and see where it stops. And so we are at reading number 52. So it's the Radiance Sutras, 112 Gateways to the Yoga of Wonder and Delight. When sleep has not yet come, and the sweet buzz of exhaustion permeates the body, linger in the of relief as your head touches the pillow. Everything in you is yearning to let go. So let go, let your body fall into something deeper than sleep. With your mind, enter the soft, luminous glow of the soul. And I think that's a perfect way to start our meditation this evening. So, this is one of my favorite mantras that we're going to begin with, and we're going to explore some different hand positionings this evening. I normally don't make a point of having you focus on how to hold your hands. Sometimes I tell you where to place them, but I wanted to explore the practice of mudras, which are these gestures. You know, oftentimes you see pictures and examples of someone meditating, you'll see their hands in certain positions and so forth, and they tend to go along with breathing techniques and yoga practice and present in traditions of Hinduism, Buddhism, and others. And for this evening, we're going to play with the elemental wheel of the shamanic medicine practice that I utilize. And each digit of the hand represents a specific element. So without getting too much in our head, the thumb represents earth, the index finger represents mineral, the middle finger represents water, the ring finger represents nature, and the pinky represents fire. So this evening, we're going on this journey to really collect all the aspects of ourselves that are not fully present, fully here, in the now, and bring everything home. And so, earth is home. I feel like the Fonz right now. Om. And so, I'll guide you on how to place your hand with your thumb making contact with one or two other fingers as we go through the meditation. And this is something you can explore for yourself too. If you watch the video at a later time or a previous meditation practicing mudras, it has different effects in the body of how it helps to balance the movement of energy. And so, as with everything, we're playing, we're having fun, we're exploring together. So, the new moon is a wonderful time to connect with the process of setting new intentions or planting new seeds, right? And so sometimes there's a focus that's on the object or the thing, and that's not always the same as when we are connected with the feeling state of what that experience or object contains for us or holds for us. You know, I think of objects, I think of experiences as placeholders. You know, they contain a pattern of information, and that's truly what we are connecting with when we set our intentions. So, for example, if you're setting an intention to have a new job, maybe what you're yearning for, what you want, is to have the feeling of working with a team that supports you, that encourages you, that wants to hear what you have to say. And it's showing up in the form of a new job. And that's just something that we can certainly discuss in more detail. I'm open to those conversations. So, how do we know what intentions to set? How do we know the difference between what our soul is yearning for and what our head is telling us we should want or should do? I don't know why I air quoted that. I'm being very serious. And so I always tell my clients that The louder the volume is in your inner dialogue, the more noise, the more static, the more distortion, the harder it is to really connect with your inner compass. The more resistance between that sense of knowing, that soft whisper, that nudges, that guides you. And so we're going to begin by doing this meditation on connecting to that deep inner wisdom. And I'll be repeating the mantra Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. It's one of my favorites. I was doing it for a while before, while setting up this evening. So you're welcome to join along, or you can just listen, allow, and receive. And what I invite everyone to do at home right now is to bring their hands together, palms and fingers against palms and fingers, right over your heart. And just find a pattern of breathing that feels comfortable for you. I'm going to come in a little closer. And as you settle into this meditation, we're just going to let ourselves fully arrive, fully be here and now. Whatever noise, whatever static and distortion has been cycling through your mind or body, we're just going to allow it to be. No need to change it. No need to get rid of it or have it be anything other than what it is. We're going to allow. So just take a couple nice deep breaths in, continuing to keep your hands in that position, palms connected to each other, close against the heart, like so. And when we allow things to just be, it opens us up to be able to trust and surrender to the next opportunity that is waiting. And many of us, for some time now, have been in a bit of a holding pattern. We maybe are not sure of what's next. I'm right there with you. What is the next step? I don't know. I know that the most important step is to be here and now. The more present I become, the more I'm able to move away from that noise and that static and turbulence and connect to my inner wisdom. And you are welcome to join along at any point or simply allow and receive. Om Namo taking a nice deep breath in, holding it at the top of the inhale for 3 counts. And at the end of the 3 count, let the breath out nice and slowly. And repeating that one more time. Nice deep breath in, holding it at the top for 3 seconds. And when you release, let it out slowly, gently. And allow your breath to arrive at a rate and rhythm that feels comfortable for you. And from here, we're going to move our awareness to the mudra of bringing our thumb against the pinky. So with both of your hands, just take the pad of your thumb against the pad of your pinky, allowing the arms to rest wherever they feel comfortable, by your sides if you're laying down, over your belly, your heart, maybe out to the sides. If you're sitting, you can just rest them on your lap, any place that feels comfortable for you. Both left and right hands connecting the thumb to the pinky. Just bring your awareness to that connection as we symbolically connect the element of fire to earth. Fire connects us to our passions, our dreams, and our visions. And we bring that fire into the earth, which is the thumb. And the earth always supports and sustains fire. May we set intentions to step into this fire, but from a place that doesn't lead us to feelings of burnout, exhaustion, depletion, but rather a place where our dreams and our visions serve to nurture, nourish, and support us and our community for our highest good and the highest good of all. Breathing into that connection, arriving at a point where you no longer feel any separation existing between thumb and pinky, bringing fire back home to earth. Namo yourself to take a gentle breath. Each breath after, continuing to increase the size of the breath. As we now bring our intention to the next mudra. As we move from the element of fire into its counterpart, the element of water. Taking the pads of your thumb and making contact with the pads of your middle finger. Both your left and right hand allowing the pads of the thumb and the middle finger to come together. And just as before, finding a place to let the arms rest so that you can be comfortable and be present and aware of that connection between those points. And when we connect with water, we connect with such a beautiful and powerful element that allows us to release, to cleanse, to purify. In order to set these new intentions, we need to be clear that we have allowed ourselves to release what doesn't need to be brought forward. We can't make room for something new until we have completion of another part, another cycle. And many of you, all of us, myself included, have been through so much change, which activates that feeling and frequency of grief. Think of all aspects of our lives that are no longer present. People, things, places, and that weight, that pit in our gut. We need to be able to bring that up and sublimate and move it and connect with water to allow ourselves to invite purification. A salt bath, salt shower, a contrast shower, going to the ocean, rivers, connect with that frequency and visualize the flow of water running down from head to toe, cleansing, washing away every ounce of burden, grief, sadness, stress that you may be carrying. You are not that burden. You are having an experience of that burden. And that burden, in some way, shape, or form, does serve purpose, does have and offer the opportunity for you to understand more about you and your experience in this world. And so I'm not asking you in this moment to be grateful for that. If you get there, great. But just for now, just let yourself be. If you feel sad, if you feel lost, just allow that feeling to move and breathe and feel that connection between thumb and middle finger. As we bring that water through every cell of our being to cleanse and purify what no longer serves us as best we can, as much as we can, creating opportunity and room for new beginnings. Each time something looks and feels like it's falling apart, it's making space and making room for something new to come in. We can choose to see these experiences as endings in our lives, and we can choose to see them as completion, allowing a rebirth to begin and welcome it into experience. Deep breaths, everyone. Allow the heavy to move. You got this. You are not alone. We got this. allowing yourself to take a nice deep breath in and let it all the way out, nice and slowly. As we now bring our awareness to the element of nature. So as we explore connection to nature, this evening we bring our hands to the mudra of connecting the base, the pad of the thumb, to the pad of your ring finger. Connecting the pads of both left and right thumb to the pads of the ring finger. Creating this bridge and connection between nature and earth. And some think they are one and the same, but they're very different. In the elemental tradition, the earth is the ground, and nature is everything that springs forth from the ground, the trees, the vegetation, all the animals, the sky. And this is the aspect of each of us that is the alchemist, the one that manifests, the part of us that makes it happen. And so breathing into this space, let's explore the world of visualization and imagine the things you wish to invite into your life. And for tonight, let's connect to the feelings. What do you want to feel? That's right. What are the feelings you wish to invite and experience in each of your relations? Relation to self, relation to job, home, to finances, to people, to everything. If you knew the feeling that you wanted to invite, what would that be? And what does that feel like? What is your reference for that feeling? Can you imagine it right now? Each of us are powerful creators. Our intentions have the ability to move through space and time, not only influencing the present, but also past and future. Feel it. Notice where you feel it. Are you looking to invite more courage and strength? More joy and happiness? Silliness? Authenticity? Serenity? Taking a soft breath in and out, and then a deeper, slower breath in and out. As we slowly move into the mineral element, we're going to bring the pads of our thumbs connecting to the pads of our index fingers. As we connect with the element of mineral, we invite the slowing down, suspended animation. Mineral medicine is resonance with the medicine of the bear, goes into the cave. The rhythms, the flows of that creature slow down, but do not stop. And so here we are at this moment of connecting mineral to earth, giving yourself the opportunity to slow down, to gently and slowly come into this moment of awareness of your truth, of your purpose. The mineral element connects each of us to our purpose. The bone knowing. It is the aspect within each of us that always goes within to seek all answers. To limit and reduce the need to have everyone else give us the answers and tell us what to do. You are your own guru. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. I bow down to the divine wisdom within me. And so while keeping the thumb and index finger connected, you will hear the sound of the drum. And as we hear the sound of the drum, we're going to move into the journey of connecting to that remembrance. Connecting to the bone knowing. Connecting to the wisdom within you that has always been there and will always be there, softly and gently nudging you most times. And so as you hear the sound of the drum, may the sound help connect each of us to the rhythms of who we are, to the rhythms of the fire and the water and the nature and the mineral and the earth, to the rhythms of our compass, the directions of the north, south, the east, the west, Mother Earth, Father Sky, and the here and now within you. And allow your hands, while being in this mudra, to rest along your belly. Rest your hands in the most comfortable way you can while keeping that mudra, breathing into that awareness and connection. Taking your time to invite a nice deep breath in, trying to hold it at the top of the inhale for a 3 count, and letting the breath out nice and slowly, nice and slowly. And doing another nice deep breath in, holding it at the top of inhale for a 3 count, this time letting it out very quickly, like you're blowing out candles on a cake. Allow yourself to just be in the moment that you are. If you're called to be still, so be it. If you are called to move, just be mindful of the gentleness that you can call upon to ease back into the movements of here and now. Just like the bear awakens from its hibernation, we all arrive now at this place of completion from our sound journey. Slow, steady, gentle is the way. Just allowing the body to move the way it wants to move, stretching slowly and fully. As I often say after these sound meditations, the meditation journey may be reaching its completion, but this is truly where the journey begins. As we welcome in the cycle of the new moon, this is a wonderful time to look at where are you? Where were you? Where do you want to be? What are the pieces that during this time of distancing, of relative disconnect, has allowed you to connect to that clear understanding of what needs to complete its cycle, what needs to come to its points of resolution, so we can make space for the new beginnings. So take time. Feel free to listen to this replay again. And maybe you take time to write down some intentions to connect with when you're done. And you can keep those intentions to look at the next cycle and see where we are. We are always growing. We are always being brought to that place of stretching, of moving beyond what we think we know, as well as what we think and what we know. And so I want to thank each and every one of you for your participation, for your presence, for your support. I am grateful for those that, in one way, form or another, show their support through sharing these events on social media or email, by making donations through the PayPal and Venmo. I know times are difficult, and this is, no one's immune per se. Well, maybe some are, but we're not. And so this is a wonderful opportunity for all of us to still have this connection. And my plans are to do even more with this and this type of platform, and go beyond with how I'm offering them. So please stay tuned, and take advantage of the free gift. I made a top 5 singing bowl meditation package as a gift, as a way of saying thank you for being at these events, for telling others to come. So I included the link in the description. I'll make sure to put it again into the thread of the comments, along with the book that we read from this evening. And I appreciate your donations greatly. They mean a lot to me. So, with that said, I want to invite those of you that are still viewing, or when you watch this on replay, to take a moment, maybe shake it out a little bit, and we're going to connect with the word Om. We're going to connect with the chant of Om 3 times. And each time we chant this word Om, we're connecting with this intention of tremendous deep gratitude and appreciation for self, for those that are near you in your circle, your home, your family. And then the third Om is sending a shockwave of gratitude and deep appreciation as far as you can. So, Om, Om, Om. Nice deep breath in. We sound beautiful together. From everyone here at the sacred cellars, peace be the journey. Thank you to each and every one of you. Be gentle with yourself and be in your power. You can be both. You are both. You are love. Thank you.